the native plant medicine. I don't use any animal products.
Was that diet change brought about by colonization?
Yes, it was huge.
Yeah.
It was very significant. The introduction of the wheat came, and that was then very quickly followed the making of butter and the milk and all those foods have contributed to in their quantities that they were into some major medical conditions that we have, which are very dominant now. Sugar was another one. So you had the sugar, the diabetes. We have a big problem with diabetes, heart conditions of various kinds. So red meat, but not high quality red meat, because there is that as well. You can have, yes, you can have red meat of a higher quality, but it was not. So eating of certain and bread where all the nutrition was removed from it rather than in it. Yes, you can have a very nutritious loaf of bread, but then you have the social economic base where. So I would, my practice is I would have one loaf of bread, and a family might be able to buy 6 loaves for the same price. $1 for a loaf of white bread, but I would never buy that. But I would buy one loaf that was $7, and somewhere in my understanding was, no, I will do that, but I will not have those. But I was brought up with 6 loaves of white bread. That was normal because that's what you had in a family of a lot of children, was the loaves of bread and 2 pounds of butter.
Is that what a lot of your work as a healer is like still dealing with now? Is so much of people's diets and the Maori diet here just being based on like not good foods?
Probably not. I probably don't try to be so pedantic about that, because I have also an understanding of the socio-economic situation. I would say the basis of my teaching is really within the spiritual realm, is to hold a very clear around the spiritual warrior, a peacemaker.
Could you talk about that, like how nature and spirituality around nature is connected to like healing and identity for Maori and for you?
So what in the Māori world, the language holds vowel sounds, and those vowel sounds a, e, o, u also hold what they call certain resonance. And so when you use sound as an original form of communication, you are also infusing that into the life of a person's being. So in Māori language it's vowel based, English is consonant based. So the renaissance of Māori language was also on different levels, to have the domestic language restored in the home, to be able to sing in Māori, to be able to communicate in Māori, but also to use it in its spiritual essence for the healing of, to lift people's Māori spirit to a higher level, so they could sense their wellness, pull themselves out of their physical being, which was pulling them down. It's quite a process, in the healing field to lift a person's wellness out of the physical manifestation of a disease is the last place that it lands, but it originates from somewhere else. So eczema, or a form of a skin irritation, is actually a result of irritation, mental irritation, emotional irritation.
Yeah.
So you go back to that origin. Don't concentrate on the eczema as such. And we use sound is one of them. Miri miri, rumi rumi, which are forms of types of traditional massage, and many other forms. Water is used ceremonially. Water's considered to be the life, the ko au te awa ko te awa ko au. The river is me and I am the river. So the wellness of the river is the wellness of me. So when the river is not well, then I am not well. It's the lifeblood of the land, and it reflects the well-being of the people who live along the river. So we are very concerned right now about the life of our rivers. And Māori, not only Māori, non-Māori, are very realise that we've poisoned our rivers. And I said, well, it's a reflection of us. We are poisoned. Humans, you know. We get that, eh? No, we don't. We still don't get it, really. We're quite behind in our understanding. We still have to catch up to be kaitiaki, guardians, to practice guardianship. That's one of our main roles, is to be guardians of nature and the place that we live on. But we have chosen rather to destroy her and make her different. But the earth is our mother, culturally. But we keep on destroying her, keep on doing things that are not beneficial, that don't have a high return. They really kill her, and we push her back, and I go, that's not going to work, is it? Oh, go on. So we lose ceremony as well around practice. We just go in and just, let's clear that land. Yeah, we can, do this to it, but we don't fully appreciate that there is ceremony around that gives us permission, asking permission to do so. We forget. So quickly we forget.
How do you remember?
You do have to be taught. You do have to be taught by those, the high priestess and the priesthood. So currently there's a very strong priesthood which is from the patriarchal line, and I belong to my origins are from the high priestess line. So that's part of my role, is to reteach the sacred ceremonies, so you do not forget. So you can be protected when you move on the mountain. The karakia is done. Then you can ensure that no harm will come to you, because you are protected. That korowai, that cloak of protection.
Did you have to go through ceremony to be part of that high priestess line?
Yes.
Yes,
I spent 20 years being trained continuously here in the Waikato on Pirongia, being given, and also in a meditation school to understand those principles and be guided and to practice them till I understood them and could do them without hesitation. So yes, it's the discipline of the spiritual warrior to attain a place of, to know what to do, the sacred journey.
And when you teach people now, does it take 20 years for every person you teach, or is it, are you able to pass on those ceremonies, I guess, like faster to people?
Oh, I guess what happens is people come with their own ceremonies. So it's being respectful and going, once they know I will explain what I'm going to do, and they will adopt that. First of all, they will agree to participate. Then that means they leave their ceremony, they leave it aside. And then, there's no fast track. You come to it through your maturity. It's like somebody goes, I know those things, I know. You're not that kind of, at some point you go,